Hello, today I'd like to make a tube that starts out with one diameter and gradually increases the size to another diameter. So maybe like for a vacuum attachment, or just something turbo related, something within a vehicle. So we're going to start with Onshape. We have a free version Onshape here. So I'm going to create a new document, okay? And we're going to call this tube. All right, we're going to hide our front view and our right view, so we can just go over here, click on the little eyeballs. We're gonna get our views centered, so we're gonna click right here on the top, and it centers us into that view right there at the top. So right now we want to start out with one circle. My first circle is 28 millimeters. So let's create a sketch right here on the top view. Okay, and then start our circle right here. We're going to start right in the center. We're going to click right there. So the first one's going to be 28. We can just throw any number down. And we're going to go over here, D dimension, and grab that. And we're going to hit 28. Okay, that's automatically sized that. And it looks like it shifted that off. So either I hit top view and it did shift it off. So I want it exactly on center. So what I can do is click on this guy right here, and I want it concentric with this guy. Okay, so it automatically relocated that for me, okay? So now I want to extrude this surface. I want to extrude that, so I got out of that sketch. I'm going to go to my extrude right here. I'm going to click on this, and it's going to be a new extrude. And let's do 35 millimeters, okay? 35, and now I want to make this totally hollow. So I'm going to go to, over here is shell. And then faces to remove, this face right here. Okay, it's gonna remove everything but that. So let's see if I make it hollow. So hollow makes everything inside hollow. I don't want that. I want to actually see through it. Okay, and then yeah, I want to make it totally hollow. But we could use this right here as it is. So 25 millimeters. Let's set 35. I'm sorry. That was the thickness of the hollow. 2.5. Let's do 2. That's fine. 2 is good. Okay, so now up here is where I want to start transitioning to a new one. Okay, all right, so I'm going to take off that shell. Okay, so I extruded my first one. Okay, so now I'm going to create another extrusion, but I'm going to create another sketch on top of here. Okay, this sketch is right there. I'm going to just throw down another circle. I'm going to try to put it on the center. Okay, I actually did choose this circle. I want to act like I just accidentally chose off of it, and I want to change this to 40 millimeters. Okay, and now I go to my bottom view, and I can look and see that these are not aligned. So I can click on this guy, and I can hit, well, I could do 2 dimensions to get those back into each other, but I could do concentric and then click this guy should snap together, and it's black. Black means it is fully constrained. Okay, now I click OK. We're going to do an extrude this, and we're going to flip it the other way. We're going to do it, let's say 50 millimeters, okay? So now we have 50 millimeters extrusion. So now I want to put a chamfer on this and then clean up this edge. So I have my starting diameter, my ending diameter, and I'm going to put a chamfer here. So let's put that chamfer, or we could do a draft, whatever you want. So I'm going to put a neutral, I'm going to put a draft. So neutral plane, and then for entities to draft is this guy right here. And then I'm going to choose, it actually is getting bigger on me, which is not exactly what I wanted. Okay, so let's actually put in chamfer here. So we're going to go chamfer, we're going to chamfer this edge right here, and we are just going to pull it down. We should be able to just grab an edge. Let's put a distance here, 4, we can see what it's doing. So 5 is, 5. It doesn't overwrite the last one, so that's why I did that. All right, so 5, and we could change this to exactly that. So, or 5 point, let's say 6. What happens with 6? All right, 6, it makes it perfect. Okay, so now, and if we want, we can change this to a tangent, equal distance, 2 distances, and we could say it's 2 different distances. So 5 by, let's say we wanted 8. So, or vice versa. So here you can see it's changing a little bit there. So we can do 10, we could have it slowly, gradually. So 6 to 15, we can see it slowly pulling out of there. All right, so that looks fine. All right, so now we're gonna hollow this guy or shell this guy. So shell, click on this guy. We're gonna do 2mm shell, okay, all the way through. It's gonna stop at that last end, so we'll fix that right now. We'll just do a replace face. We're gonna grab that interface right there, okay? And then we're gonna surface to replace with is rotate it. It's its back face, and see that? Okay, open. And now we have just made our basically our tube or our vacuum attachment. So let's say this fit on the end of our vacuum cleaner, and we wanted to get very thin and small, and we could go even smaller if we wanted to. You know, we could take that down and make it more narrow. But I think this gives you a good idea of the way to do this. So there you are. So hopefully this information was useful, and like and subscribe if you like this type of content. Please leave some comments, and let me know if you have anything in particular that you'd like me to cover. You know, I'm always interested in ideas. So thank you and goodbye.